Latest is that Keir Starmer has demanded a general election now after that resignation from Liz Truss as Prime Minister. Is that the only democratic way forward? There is this is within the rule. Look, the Conservative Party, you vote for the party, not the individual. It's not an American system, so it would be still democratic and legal to appoint another leader of the party, and therefore they become Prime Minister. But as they say, often these days, the optics are horrendous now. Peter Cardwell, Talk Radio's political editor, is with us. I was about to say, are you surprised at any of this, Peter? But, of course, we've surpassed, really, the adjective of surprise now, because nothing is any longer surprising. Nothing shocks us anymore at Westminster.
Indeed, it's almost as if we've run out of words to be surprised. We've run out of words to be astonished by the incredible political events which have led to the shortest serving Prime Minister. She will, of course, serve for another week or two until there is a new Prime Minister, but 45 days is where she is at today. George Canning in 1827 served for 119 days. He died in office, but Liz Truss will go down in history as the shortest serving British Prime Minister, certainly to date anyway, and things are so febrile at the moment. They're so crazy here in Westminster and here in Downing Street, and that astonishing statement just a few moments ago with Liz Truss resigning after just 6 weeks as Prime Minister, an incredible number of days, only 6 days since she sacked her Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng, and so much dramatic action since then, including last night. I mean, yesterday was just an incredible day in politics, Ian, and absolutely paved the way for what happened today.
You're there now in Downing Street. You were there for that statement. Just give us a taste, Peter, of the atmosphere surrounding this. I was saying to Trevor Kavanagh a second ago, when we got the nod that there was going to be a statement at 1:30, it could only be one of two things: I'm going to fight and carry on, or I'm resigning. The smart money always said it would be the latter. That, as it turns out, is exactly what has happened. What was that sense of anticipation around the press call there as you were waiting for the Prime Minister? Was it a done deal as far as you guys were concerned?
Yeah, there was just absolutely no way that Liz Truss could get out of this. The circumstances were conspiring around her. In fact, it's interesting that only 14 MPs were actually on the record saying that she should go, and that they had put letters in, and that is something which is pretty astonishing when you contrast this with just a few months ago Boris Johnson going in the chorus, the 60 or so ministers who had to resign to convince him. She saw the writing on the wall. We saw the writing on the wall here in Downing Street, because what was clear when Jake Berry, the chairman of the Conservative Party, went in to Downing Street, when Sir Graham Brady, the 1922 sort of shop steward, 1922 committee chairman, the shop steward of the Conservative Party, went in, and Liz Truss had specifically asked to see him here in Downing Street, and Jake Berry, the chairman of the Conservative Party, who will run the election for the next leader of the Conservative Party, and that person will become Prime Minister as well. It became pretty clear very quickly that Liz Truss, something was up. Liz Truss was probably going to resign, and then we got it confirmed just a few minutes before she walked out the black door behind me to the podium to announce that she is in fact resigning as Prime Minister. It's an astonishing turn of events. Politics just has not stopped really for 7 years, but certainly in the last 7 weeks or so it's been an absolutely crazy time, and Liz Truss has been one of the most disruptive. She always said she wanted to be a disruptor. Politics in Britain is certainly disrupted by Liz Truss. That is the legacy she will leave.
Absolutely. Peter, thank you. Peter Cardwell, Talk Radio's political editor in Downing Street. Kate McCann is with us, Talk TV's political editor, of course. Trevor Kavanagh we spoke to a second ago. Peter Cardwell we spoke to a second ago. Now we've run out of adjectives and superlatives here, Kate. That's the problem. It's all been done. There's nothing else that can be said. This is the most, I'm just going to say it again, unprecedented, extraordinary time.
It is, but I think what it tells you is the Conservative Party at the moment is in a really, really difficult place. It's ungovernable by some people's readings, and that will be problematic for whoever comes next, whoever the party coalesces around, and that's what's got to happen over this weekend. You know, those phone calls have been happening over the last couple of weeks anyway, but they are happening with an even more fevered pitch now, trying to work out exactly which candidate, of really only a handful, could be the person to sit in that chair. I think the reality of this situation, though, now is that it can't actually be one person, because the party is so fractured, it's so broken. And actually, even bigger than that, this tells you that that divide between the members in the country and the party in Westminster is now so big, that gulf, that actually that's a fundamental problem for any political party. It happened to Labour. It's taken them a long time to heal. It's happening to the Tories, which could see them out of office for a long time to come.